to really get your voice. Okay.
Hello.
Okay. First question. Tell me about the first movie you remember watching.
Oh, okay. I've been watching movies since I was a kid.
The first movie I remember watching was probably...
I think the first movie not the first movie I ever watched, but one that, like, for sure was one of the first, I think, is...
The first movie. Yeah.
Hey!
Hello. Tell me about the first movie you remember watching.
Oh! Bruh.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
The first movie I think I ever remember watching was...
The first movie I remember watching,
As a kid, I really had a hard time telling the difference between what I was seeing on screen and the reality. My friends kept telling me, oh, this is only a movie. But now that I'm grown up, I'm like, this is only a movie, but still, like, actually, what's the question?
Do you still watch films the way you used to before you started making them?
No. I think all the magic is gone. Like, I initially wanted to go into film school because I wanted to understand how cinema was so immersive. But like, the more I learned how it worked, the less immersive it became. The more I saw just cuts and cuts and cuts and cuts.
Oh, I don't think I watch films the same way I used to before I started, like, actually getting into film. Once you start making your own films, you start watching it, everything in, like, a more judgmental way. Like, how can I replicate this, or how can I take this idea? And it kind of, instead of it just becoming, like, media you consume, it kind of becomes media you create from. It's like an archive of, like, moving images that I remember, that I reference back to. And because of that, I think it's enhanced my ability to understand films that in a way that I've never understood before. But it's still, yeah, it still is such a drastic difference from when I started.
Do you make films for yourself or for an imagined audience?
I make films for myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't picture anyone
No.
when you're making
I picture, like, me, you know. I think that's the only way that you can make a good film, is to think, like, what is the best film that I could make for myself, you know, like, if you think it's good, like, that's all that matters for me, you know.
It used to be, I think, a lot more for an imagined audience. And I don't think I realized how much it was for an imagined audience.
Mm-hmm.
And it's obviously, like, super recent that I have had the, like, mindset shift.
Mm-hmm.
And it was only since my winter film last year that I was like, oh, if I make stuff for myself, people actually see that I'm interested in what I'm doing and that, like, I'm passionate about it. Because the passion is obviously going to come through more if you're making something for yourself versus something that you think you should make. Because that's what I was doing before, was making what I thought I should make versus what I wanted to make. And I thought I was making what I wanted to make, but I wasn't.
I think everybody have a very personal concept of what an imaginary audience would be. I remember my first movie, I made it for, like, a very good friend of mine. And I maybe, yeah, you watched it, but I don't think he knew, but, like, I think we throw it in the dark, but we hope that somebody will understand us.
What can cinema do that no other art form can?
I feel like cinema is like the intersection of all lines of art somehow. It kind of has everything and it combines them, it gives them together, and then it's film. There's photography, there's sound, there's music, there's technology, there's many things, and it's like in one package, which is film.
What part of yourself is underrepresented in your own work?
Oh my god, what? Whoa. What part of myself is underrepresented in my work? I'm such a new filmmaker that I don't even know if enough of me is represented in the first place within my work. I pick very specific things to put into my films that are me. Maybe I don't want to make a film strictly about being gay or being Jewish, but I want to implement these things into like the normalcies of each character. I don't know, I want to normalize things like I want to normalize parts of my identity.
I don't know myself. I don't make stuff about myself. I make stuff about feeling, but not myself. I don't know. There's no myself, but there's emotion that I felt in my life. I feel like I'm gaining emotion with the older I get. Like, just becoming a larger range. And every time I want to do something, maybe it's a new emotion I learn. But those emotions, I feel like it's either you live them in your life or you haven't yet. And that's what maybe someone thinks it's personal or too abstract. But if you live that emotion, maybe someone will connect, I don't know. So, yeah, I don't do stuff about myself, I don't say it.
Last question. Why do you believe in cinema?
Why do I believe in cinema? Damn. Believing in cinema is just like believing in yourself. It's like you believe after a film something in you is gonna change. For example, you go in to watch a film and you're like, probably it's not gonna change much, but then you realize, wow, this is the greatest piece I watched in so long. There's always this thing of keeping you going when you watch films. You're like, if this film is great, something else must be great also.
I think that I believe in cinema because it's, for me, has been like the only thing that maybe makes me realize like how much art matters and how much it makes a difference.
I think, for me, I think it's different for everybody, but cinema helped me a lot being a better person, and then also that it's like something that I feel weird when I see people that are great at cinema or watch a lot of movie and I think they're a bad person. That's not like the lesson of cinema. Cinema is about being open, listening to other, whatever. It's just being more human.
I believe in it because if I don't know. Oh, this is a hard one.
I don't know. It's like another way of living life, through films, of experiencing things. I don't know why for me, I want to make films. It's just like, yeah, I guess so.
I believe in cinema because it's accessible to people who go for it. So like, why not? Why can't that be you? If you believe in it and you believe in your work enough, why not? Like, just do it.
Je pense que faire du cinéma, c'est croire que la vie, ça vaut la peine d'être vécue, que ça vaut la peine d'être partagé, et que si on arrête de faire du cinéma, c'est un peu arrêter de croire, c'est arrêter de croire que le monde est beau, mais ouais, c'est l'art de la lumière qui rentre dans des lentilles, et je crois à la lumière qui rentre dans des lentilles. Voilà.
Why do I believe in cinema? What does that mean? Why am I here? Is that... I don't know. Maybe that's part of the search, to know why am I here. I don't have a higher purpose in life, however sad that sounds. Maybe that's what I'm looking for as well. I think I'm going into cinema in hopes of finding something. As of now, I'm like a passenger princess. I'm just enjoying the ride and see where it goes from there.